and we're going to do a simple Q&A tonight on the new collagen protein chew that is about to be released here in the next couple of weeks. And I know as you get out in the field and start introducing this product to people, they will have simple questions. And even though this is a very exciting product, not a complicated product at all, again, you probably will have some of these questions come up, so it will certainly help us as we begin to share this amazing, amazing product with people. We've had several calls that have gone into great detail on the benefits of this collagen protein chew, so we're not going to really particularly talk about in detail all of the benefits. You can certainly find those recorded calls on the invitesampleshare.com website. But tonight we just want to talk about some of the basic questions that have been coming up and questions that I know that we will get asked. But Dr. Rouse, the fruit enzyme hydrolyzed collagen protein, this is truly a unique product. It's really, really unique to the marketplace, and collagen has been out there for a while, but we have got something really, really unique here. And I know that for me, I've had a couple of people ask, you know, when we get this out there, can children use this? You know, just exactly who is a candidate for this product, and is it okay if adults use it, children use it, teens use it? I know you even gave some of it to your pets. So anyway, who can use this product?
Yes, it is made simple, plain, and very effective for all age groups. Actually, the people that should use it are anybody and everybody who has to live in a polluted world. So if the air you breathe or the water you drink or the foods you eat have been contaminated with whatsoever, this is a necessary, because guess what? Pollution degenerates collagen. Now, obviously that includes every child. Now move over to the baby boomer and beyond, and aging really degenerates collagen. So the older we get, the more we need it. And then if you add people who don't eat the perfect meal 3 times a day, and people who eat somewhat out of a processed food system, or they get non-nutritious, not whole foods, things like that, even though they may say, I'm eating pretty good, you'd be surprised how malnourished your body really is. Collagen breaks down when you don't have the right vitamins and food in your system. Anybody with stress, and you know, even little kids find themselves under stress elements. So yes, children and adults of all ages, sizes, and facets, stress degenerates collagen. People who don't exercise, if you're not into walking or bicycling or treadmilling or doing something, the swimming, the basketball, you need to supplement collagen, because the lack of exercise degenerates your collagen. People who imbibe in tobacco or alcohol of any sort, both tobacco and alcohol in every sort, degenerates drastically your collagen count. Anybody who has ever swallowed an over-the-counter or a prescription medication, those are synthetic. Any synthesized stuff that you put in the body degenerates your collagen. So yes, everybody, children, grown-ups, they need it and they can use it. So it'll be fine, all ages.
And you know, if you're on the webinar, you see the piece of candy the lady's holding between her 2 fingers. That's exactly a picture of what a collagen protein will look like. It's almost like the size of a Starburst candy chew. It's a soft candy chew. And I know the recommended daily amount that I know we will be recommending for most people to use would be 2 a day. And some people have asked, can you use more than 2 a day, Dr. Rouse, and what would be the best times to use it?
I would definitely say that 2 a day would be would be a very therapeutic way to use it. And the best way to use it is somewhere during your compliance, during the daytime hour, whether you want to choose breakfast or lunch, fine and dandy, but save one for the evening hour, because whenever you chew it in the evening, glycine will help you to get a better REM sleep and a better rebuilding of the body. So collagen is good. And if you're going to use it for weight loss, throw it in there during the like a between meal, and you'll get a much longer appetite control by simply putting collagen in the middle of a meal.
Dr. Rouse, that brings another question to the forefront here. I have had some people ask if this collagen protein chew could be a standalone weight management supplement. And I know that it does enhance metabolism. It does suppress the appetite. It's going to be a great complement to the Trima, no doubt. But if someone just wanted to use this, will this benefit someone in the area of weight loss as a standalone product?
It is that powerful, and we will find that many people that are consistent to a twice a day daily dosing will definitely find that in the toning of the body, when we make the muscles stronger and the fat exit, yes, they will definitely measure the inches, and I guarantee you that if you give me your worst fitting pair of blue jeans, you will be able to tell those blue jeans who is the boss after a few months of collagen.
Wow. Okay, awesome. Well, we've talked about how the hydrogen collagen protein is 100% absorbable, and that's one of the key factors of this particular type of protein, because not all proteins are 100% absorbable, and we'll talk about that a little bit more here in just a minute on one of the other slides. But I've heard you mention this term bioidentical, or I've heard that term as we've talked about this collagen protein, and what does that exactly mean?
Well, when we take the fruit enzymes, we're able to take the protein molecule, which are amino acid polypeptides, poly meaning a whole bunch of them. And with the fruit enzyme, we're able to break it down into small peptides. And now when we make it hydrolyzed, water soluble, that makes it very bioidentical. That means that the collagen in the chew would be exactly like the collagen in your human body. Whether you're looking at your bones, your tendons, your ligaments, your skin, your cartilage, the eyes, the liver, the lungs, the arteries, the kidneys, all the internal organs, the hair, everything about the human body is collagen. It's what keeps you from turning into a puddle or a pool. It knits you together. It keeps you from leaking. It keeps the gut from letting poisons get into the blood. It keeps the lung and the heart. Yes, so definitely bioidentical means that through this process, the peptides are very usable, friendly to the human body. Cannot say that for whey protein. Cannot say that for other products, because there the body has a hard time to absorb and assimilate. And as your slide says, 100% absorbable. That's just unheard of in the protein industry. This product has been in research for well over a decade, and because of the goodness of the lab and the friendship that Ryan Lewis has with the people who are the inventors, if you will say, it's unique that they did the work. Ryan is such a good boy, and it just all fell in his lap, and he knew the perfect place to put it in the ViSi family, and for that we're very grateful.
And I don't know if you can answer this question, but I know, a lot of times, not all products are created equal, and there have been other collagen products out on the market. I have seen some out there in liquid form, capsule form. I did see one other in a chew form. could you say that those products would be similar to this in a bioidentical way? Do you have much of a comment on maybe what may already be out there as compared to this? Uh-oh, and I think we may have lost you, Dr. Rouse.
Hey, I'm sorry, I had my mute on just in case.
Okay. Okay.
The comparison is that the most popular proteins out there on the market are whey, W-H-E-Y, which unfortunately are more of a byproduct, not a really clean, wholesome byproduct of the milk industry. For whey to be truly bioidentical or truly usable for the human body, you would have to have a whey protein powder that had never been pasteurized. That eliminates 99% of all whey proteins. The cow should be milked without hormones, without steroids, and without corn fed. It should be a cow that only eats grass, and the milk should not be pasteurized. It should be clean and wholesome and unique. You don't find that. That's just not there. Everybody's into pasteurization, and so that ruins the whole product. And then you got collagen liquids that you know they put it in a liquid bottle, but that's totally inconvenient. I mean, gracious, how many people can slug around a liquid bottle all day long and be compliant? So what we found is that in proteins in general, the human body is only going to absorb and assimilate, not rapidly, but over a short period of time, just a few grams. And that picture that young lady is holding there, it has 4 grams of protein, but that wafer itself, the chew, is probably 10 to 12 grams. That's a huge piece of real estate. That's a chunk. And if we were to try to put that into a capsule, see, we can only put 750 milligrams maximum, 750 milligrams in a capsule. That wafer she's holding there is 10,000 milligrams. So imagine how many capsules you would have to swallow. Huge amounts. I mean, I've seen collagen in capsule forms. I've seen collagen made in capsule forms. But on their dosing, they only tell you to take 1 or 2, which is sub-therapeutic. They're nowhere near the power of 4 grams of collagen and 100% absorbable. Nobody on the market can touch in comparison to what we're going to help do for the human body.
Wow, so that's a big factor as far as how much protein you're actually getting in a dose. So that's pretty interesting. Well, let me see what the next question is, and we'll move along here. Where does the protein come from? Where does this collagen protein come from?
Well, in order for it to be bioidentical and for the fruit enzymes to be able to hydrolyze it, we chose the perfect collagen provider on planet Earth. It's bovine. It's a cow, and it literally comes from the skin, from the hide of the cow. No bones, no internal parts. And the hydrolyzation there is the cow is perfect, clean, wholesome, no disease, grass-fed, no hormones, no steroids, a perfect cow. And once the hide structure is hydrolyzed, the peptides become very bioidentical. It has been certified by a rabbi priest as kosher. It's that clean. It's that pure. It's that natural. It's organic, natural. It's a perfect match for the human body. Very unique. In the old days, Gloria, and I'm talking back 50, 60, 70, 100 years back, people would get their collagen, but they would get it from the weirdest places. They would eat the stomach of the cow, which is tripe, or they would eat the intestinal part of the cow, which is chitlins, or they would eat the trachea. And I guarantee you, I ain't going to eat none of that garbage. And see, that's where people used to get collagen, but nobody's eating that. Nobody eats a chicken neck or things like that. But from the hide, fruit enzyme. Most of the time, when people have collagen products, they use a very toxic, very powerful acid to break the peptides down. That's bad. We do not do that. Or they have to, besides an acid bath, they have to heat treat it. That's worse than pasteurization. That breaks down the goodness, the quality. So we do none of that. This is all in a very fruit enzyme. We use the power of the strawberry and the papaya, the fruit, the enzymes of the fruit to get the work done. And it is clean, wholesome, kosher. Very good.
Well, that made me think of one other really key thing that I wanted to bring out right here. Some of the collagen protein that I've seen on the market, I see the word hyaluronic acid in there. Is that what you were just talking about, how some of them are made with the acid?
Yeah, well, and not really, because our collagen chew is fortified with hyaluronic. The hyaluronic is we're not talking about a bad acid.
Okay.
Hyaluronic is what makes cartilage really flexible. People, when they chew this chew, they're going to be amazed at their bones, tendons, ligaments, the cartilage structure. They're going to be able to bend and squat. They're going to be able to flex and move. So that's a good thing. The acid that they would normally use are things like hydrochloric and sulfuric and nitric acid, bad things that you don't want to put in the human body.
Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay. Well, that kind of covers some of the questions, some of the things you've already talked about. And when we talk about some of the things that are different about this collagen as compared to other collagens on the market, you've kind of covered a lot of that. So we'll just go to the next question. What type of sweetener is used in the chew?
Well, actually, before I answer your sweetener, let me tell you what's different about our collagen protein.
Okay.
In the human body, there are 20 different collagens, 20 different collagens. And when you look at 90% of the collagen, 99%, they fall in types. We're able to biologically type them like you do blood. Like you got A blood, B blood, O blood. Well, in collagen, we type it 1. That's your bone, tendon, ligament, skin. We type it number 2. That's your cartilage, and of all things, the eyeball that controls the pressure of the eye, and the vitreous humor. Type 3 collagen controls your liver. Hey, that's where weight loss comes in. Your lungs, that's where people with COPD, bronchitis, emphysema. Your arteries, look how many people have had bypass surgery or stents. It's type 3 collagen that's very deficient. Type 4 collagen is your kidneys and a lot of your other internal organs. Type 5 collagen is your cells. I mean, you got trillions of cells. The outer core of the cell is collagen, and the hair is collagen. The baby in the womb of a mother, the placenta, that's collagen, type 5. And out of type 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 99% of the human body is covered. Most collagens that you buy on the market are type 1 only. And ViSi has the bioidentical fruit enzyme hydrolyzed that will give you the full meal deal. All 5 types, plus some of the other 20, but 5 of those major ones I just mentioned. So what's different between our product and all the other collagen products? Type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5. Kaboom. They can't match us. We're different.
Wow. That's interesting, because I have done a little bit of research on this, and I have seen the type 1, type 2, type 3, but I've not seen all 5. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, we got every bit of that. And when you get down to specialized cells, the specialized cells of the human body that connect you together, that make you young and vibrant and hold together, and taper you to keep you from being flabby. That's called, the cell is called a fibroblast. Fibroblast. And the biological role of collagen is, number one, to make sure those fibroblasts are there, and number two, to make sure they're working. So not only do we give cohesiveness to the tissue and the organs, this collagen is going to give hydration, resistance, elasticity, flexibility. It's no good for me to give you collagen cartilage and you can't bend or use it. There's no need to walk like Chester stiff leg. We want you to be able to be flexible, and it's going to be amazing how many people can get up off the sofa without grunting or creaking.
And you know, one of the other things that I've noticed about some of the things that I've seen on the market, they have basically just focused on the anti-aging side. I've not seen one focus on the fat loss and the anti-aging, you know, the weight loss category and the anti-aging. Is there anything that's been done specifically different to this to really benefit the weight loss side?
Yeah, it is. The fruit enzyme hydrolyze in the process, because we're going bovine, and we're getting our bovine from the world's best source. I mean, there's a lot of cows out there in the world, but there's only one farm that has our cow, and our cow's different from you know, way back when Borden's used to brag on Daisy. I mean, we got it now. We've got the cow of all cows. We're not just a protein. We're not just a collagen. I tell you, Ryan Lewis knew the right people at the right time, and what's so great about it, they were graciously willing to let ViSi pull it to the world market.
Wow. So you really have to know what you're buying out there. And if you're going to use something like this, you want to make sure that you're using the best of the best. So that is a really, really key factor.
So your lead question might be to people, would you like to sample my product? And you say, why would I? And I said, I always would say, do you have any joint pain anywhere? Any joint pain? Have you ever had joint pain? And if they have, then we got the answer. And then, you know, you don't have to tell people about crow's feet or dark circles under their eyes or wrinkles. They're already very conscious about that, and you can see that physically. So you can, you know, I can see a lot of people that are fat, and I can very gently get them into the product. But when you ask them that, have you ever had joint pain? Then you're in for a treat. Or ask them if they've ever had a lung problem and they just don't breathe good. You're going to really help them. Those people who have those issues are just going to know the difference when their body starts restructuring, rebuilding, rejuvenating.
Wow, that's incredible.
And then I think we left off, you asked me what kind of sweetener was in that thing.
Right. Had a couple of people want to know what type of sweetener we're using.
Well, this thing went through taste test. My wife, Janice, she's not a particular fan of stevia alone. For some reason, her tongue doesn't acclimate to just stevia. It gives her a bitter aftertaste. But I'm a sugar alcohol expert. I study the sugar alcohols. And there are two sugar alcohols that I'm very favorable with and like to use a lot. One is xylitol. That's a sugar alcohol. And the product that we use in our sweetener, in our chew, is we use a smidgen of stevia, but the major sweetening agent is malitol. Malitol is like xylitol. Malitol is a sugar alcohol. You can see on the chart there's only 20 calories per chew. There's no glycemic index load. There's no blood sugar fluctuations. But like xylitol, it's gluten-free. It's gluten-free. And there's no ill effects on blood sugar. But let me tell you something that's really going to be neat about this product. Is malitol that's in our sweetener. The oral bacteria, the streptococcal mucin that's in your mouth and your throat and your sinus, it metabolizes the bacteria. So number one, this product prevents tooth decay, periodontal problems, gum diseases, and kills streptococcal mucin. Now, how about that? We got to chew. Then when you chew, you're actually clearing up your ear, nose, and throat in a major way. And let me answer for you why we use mannitol, not just because it's one of Charlie's favorite alcohol sugars. We use this sweetener in there because you see that little starburst-looking chew there. When you get it, it's going to come in a wrapper. And let me tell you, most sweeteners, when you wrap it up to that, you got to be very careful with your product because your product will stick to your wrapper. Have you ever gotten a bottle from the pharmacy and you can't unscrew the cap because whatever that sweetening agent was in that bottle has crystallized? Well, mannitol is very unique in that it doesn't crystallize, so it will not cause the wrapper to stick. You'll be able to unwrap your product easily. First batches in glycine paper. Months down the road, we got this real neat brand new foil wrapper with all the ViSi logos coming on, and the box is going to be spectacular. I mean, this is going to be a really neat way to do it. So the sweetener is for, we took every diabetic into consideration. We took every gluten-free patient into consideration, and we certainly didn't want to promote tooth decay to anybody. But while we're doing it, we say, hey, why don't we just wipe out the bad bacteria? Why don't we get rid of the streptococcal and the Haemophilus influenza and the Klebsiella? Let's get rid of the bad boys. And it works that way. Isn't that neat? This sugar, mannitol, is just not in there. This is science beyond degree. This little product has been worked on for decades, and everything, the finalization. I mean, when we first brought it out, that wasn't the finished product. Wait till you see the final product.
Wow, and that's good to know because you don't know what other things are sweetened with, and you wouldn't think about that, and that is a key factor because you have so many people that are diabetic and that are having to go gluten-free now. So that is a huge factor, and we need to be aware of that.
Right, and you know, Dr. Charlie, I'm a fanatic about sucralose. That is a poor testimony to the world. You are not natural. You do not have my health in consideration if you're going to give me any product with sucralose in it. And worse down the line is aspartame. You know, it gets worse as you go down the line. Stevia is all natural. Mannitol is perfectly organic. It's a sugar alcohol. And it's made so that we don't upset the tummy and do very well with it.
Okay, and then the last question, and we did cover this a little bit, but we'll end on this note. You know, not all sources of protein are 100% absorbable. You touched on the whey and the soy, and this is 100% absorbable.
Well, whey and soy, no matter how much you put in your milk or your juice or your water, in 1 hour, in 60 minutes, your human body, your stomach, has the cell structure, the absorption, assimilation for collagen or protein, either one, of about 8 grams, period. So let's say you scooped up 40 grams. Let's say you went to a GNC store and bought their most expensive protein on the shelf. It's got all the branch-chained amino acids, all the concentrated amino acids. It's got hemp, it's got zip, it's got zap. And you put 40 grams in your cup. Well, you're going to get 8 of it, period, if you've got a good stomach. Now, you probably get 2 or 3. And your body's got a total absorption time of 1.5 hours. So in the next 90 minutes, you might get 8 plus half of that 4. You might get a grand total of 12 grams. Now, if I bought a 40-gram scoop and I just washed out the greater part of that 28 grams down the sink, no use, I just wasted my money. Besides being messy, I don't like blenders and shakers, and this is neat. This goes in the pocket or the purse. This goes where you can keep it by your bedside and forget about mixing something. You can start chewing it when you start to go to bed, and it will absorb and assimilate within a matter of minutes, totally into the brain. Glycine will help you sleep better, sleep like a baby that night. So there's a big difference when you talk about absorption and assimilation. Nobody can match that product.
Well, this is really, really exciting information, Dr. Rouse. And again, I think we've covered most all of the basic questions I think that have kind of come up, and we've pointed out some really key factors here that really set this product apart and light years ahead. So we're just excited. We can't get this fast enough. We want this product now, but it's going to be here very shortly in the next couple of weeks. And for those of you that are going to be with us in Las Vegas, we're going to have an absolute party. It's our 1-year anniversary. We're going to be celebrating this 1-year anniversary, and it's going to be an amazing time. And we've just got so much exciting things in store for us. So if you're here now with ViSi, you are in a good place. And so Dr. Rouse, we just appreciate you coming on here and sharing your information, and hope you are feeling better here very quickly. And again, yes, the pollen is so bad here in the South, so we just dose up a little heavier on the ViSi products. So thank you so much, and everyone have a great weekend, and we will see you on the next call. And thank you, Dr. Rouse, and good night, everyone.